Hello, everyone, and welcome to Focus Your Ads podcast, where we unravel the world of Google Ads. Today, we're exploring how to split test your ads, a tool that's highly beneficial for enhancing your campaigns. Let's dive right in. Dan, can you enlighten us about what split testing entails?
Sure. So split testing is a way that we can do one change, or maybe it could be a couple changes, but most likely it's one change between two different ad copies, or it could be two different campaigns. And you're just doing one change and you're going to essentially report on that later and try to figure out if there was a positive or a negative impact with that change. So I do lots of these in Google Ads. This is something I do a lot of, and it's all about testing one against two. And you see what one performs better, and then you go that route, and then you make another test, and you test one or two against three, and see if there's another change, and then you go to another test and 3 and 4. These take a while, but they're really helpful because it's better than just guessing and hoping that you're right.
So let's get into why we perform split testing a little further. The biggest reason is to experiment with different ad copies. For this, you can compare the outcomes of two different ads or set up an experiment within your campaign. Split testing can also come in handy when comparing like Performance Max and a shopping campaign. You can test this by creating an experiment or selecting certain products to place in your Performance Max campaign and the rest in your shopping campaign. You can also tailor your product mix by brand, type, size, etc., for a direct comparison.
Yeah, sounds about right. Could you guide us on where we can access these experiments?
Oh, absolutely, Dan. First, you need to access your account. And on the sidebar, you'll see an experiment option. So it's called experiment. So clicking on it will take you to all the types of experiments that are available to us, including ad variations, custom experiments, Performance Max experiments, and performance targets.
Okay. So let's say we wanted to create an ad variation, specifically changing the text to see which copy has a better click-through rate. How do we proceed with that?
Well, first off, select New Ad Variations in the Ad Variations section. Then choose the campaign you're targeting. Next, you can create a filter that allows you to select specific ads. For example, if you want to filter ads that mention free shipping, you can do this and then replace that text. The find and replace feature helps with respect to that. Lastly, you can set variation details like the experiment name, duration, and the split percentage.
Right. And ad variation offers a controlled way of setting up split tests. It might be time consuming, but offers flexibility in choosing the split percentage. Alternatively, we can also create multiple ad variations directly. This is simpler, but relies on Google to serve the ads, which might not always ensure an even split.
Yeah, well put. So while Google Ads aims to serve all ads equally, it also optimizes ad serving based on performance, which could skew the split. An experiment with ad variations, on the other hand, gives you full control over the split, ensuring a more precise test.
That's true. And while we've mainly talked about testing ad copies, what if we want to test other variables like bidding strategies, audience targeting, and or landing pages?
Well, in these cases, custom experiments are your go-to tool. These experiments let you test any changes in Google Ads, like different bidding strategies, audience targeting methods, or even landing pages. Process is similar to setting up ad variations, but here you create a draft campaign reflecting the changes that you want to test. The one area that you can't do a lot of split testing on is within our shopping ads. You can test them against Performance Max, but you can't really split test anything directly in your ads.
Yeah, I wish we really had a better way to split test for stuff like bidding and shopping ads. But oh well. Is there anything else we should be aware of when running Google Ads experiments?
Well, yeah. Always remember to test only one variable at a time. Testing multiple changes could muddy the waters. Ensure your experiments run long enough to gather meaningful data. Additionally, monitor your experiments closely. If the experiment significantly underperforms, it might be prudent to terminate it early and preventing you from spending a lot of extra budget. In essence, experiments in Google Ads are an empowering tool for making data-driven decisions and enhancing your campaign's performance.
Well, I think we've covered a lot about split testing. There's obviously more we could even go into, but I think we've covered quite a bit for this podcast. For our listeners, if you find our podcast valuable, we'd appreciate your reviews on your favorite podcast platforms. Your feedback helps us to improve and also aids others in discovering the Focus Your Ad podcast. And remember, if ad split testing, ad variations, and custom experiments seem daunting, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We offer comprehensive ad management services, simplifying the complexities of Google Ads for you and optimizing your campaigns for peak performance. So until our next deep dive, continue to focus on your ads and we'll provide the insights to help them excel. Thanks for tuning in.